Hello and welcome to my channel. November 6th is National Saxophone Day. It's the anniversary of the 1814 birth of Adolph Sax, the inventor who invented the saxophone. Coincidentally, it's also the anniversary of the birth of John Philip Sousa, the March King, who was born in 1854. In honor of National Saxophone Day, I'm going to show you what's in my saxophone case. I like watching these what's in my bag videos. I learn, it's interesting to me to learn what other musicians think is important, if not essential, to have with them on gigs. I also learn about some new products very often when I'm watching these videos. One thing I do notice is that a lot of people carry an awful lot of what I would consider superfluous stuff, everything but the kitchen sink, some of them. You're going to find I tend to be a little more minimalist in what I take to a gig. That being said, I'm going to show you the maximum of the minimum. In other words, what I'm going to go over with you, and right now what is loaded into my case, is the most I would take on any gig. So let's have a look. I'll start with a word about the case. The case is a Pro-Pack tri-pack alto saxophone case made by the Protec company. I do have backpack straps on it. The case doesn't come with backpack straps. I have Protec cases for a number of different instruments, and I just bought one backpack strap, and I use it for whichever case I happen to need. Anyway, the tri-pack case, and years ago we used to call them tray packs, is a case that will hold a saxophone, a clarinet, and a flute. And today I do have all my doubling stuff in the case, as I said in the intro. This is the most I would take on a gig. This would be either one, I know I'm going to be doubling, or two, I'm not sure whether or not I'm going to be doubling. If I know for a fact I'm only going to be playing a single instrument, the gig is only saxophone, only clarinet, then I'll bring it in a single case. But this is when I have to bring everything. All right, starting off in the outer pocket, I have my wind clips. Always carry 4 of these. If it's an indoor gig, then I won't put them in the case. Again, I'm kind of minimalist. I don't like to carry stuff that I know for a fact I'm not going to need. The next thing, these are book lights. LED lights. 3 of them will accommodate any music stand in any conditions. One of them will work clipped onto a lyre or a flip folio if you're doing a nighttime Halloween parade or you're out Christmas caroling or something like that. I don't know if I got a real good deal on these when I bought them, or the price has just skyrocketed, but I only remember paying $1 or $2 each for these, and they, looking online recently, they've become quite expensive, but they do last a long, long time. Next, saxophone swab. A little mesh bag that was actually from a different swab, but I have in here 2 swabs. A small one for the neck and mouthpiece, and a large one for the body of the instrument. Next, I always keep a towel in my case. I'm one of these people who's hot all the time, so I like to keep a towel to mop off, as it were. I don't carry a lot of tools. I do always have with me some powder paper for sticky pads, a spring hook, screwdriver, and of course a pencil. Last thing in the outer section is where I keep my piccolo. and stand. I only play a few measures here or there on piccolo. That is up with my needs and with my abilities on piccolo. So when I needed one, I went online to Woodwind and Brasswind, and I found the lowest priced instrument that was rated as actually functioning as a piccolo. This is an Alora piccolo. I don't remember the brand of the stand, but it's very easy to assemble, doesn't take up a lot of space. So there is the stand, piccolo, and I keep a little tube of cork grease in here because there is a cork where you put the head joint on. Now getting to the main case. First of all, in the lid is the flute case. Inside my flute. Again, I'm a doubler. I'm not a flautist or flutist. This flute, the brand is Artist Deluxe. I got this in late 1980, early 1981 from a Montgomery Ward catalog. I keep a pad saver in the flute. These were very popular in the 80s and 90s, and then they kind of fell out of favor. There's debate as to whether they do harm or good for your instrument. The only one I still have left is for the flute, and it has been in the flute for 40 years. And although I don't play the flute as much as I do clarinet or saxophone, I've only replaced maybe 3 or 4 pads in that time. So if this doesn't do any good, this pad saver, it's not doing any harm at any rate. This is not a B foot, this is a C foot flute. Again, the stencil model Artist Deluxe. I keep a Hercules travel light stand in the foot joint. And there we have that. Next up in the tri-pack is the removable clarinet case. Once again, a Hercules travel light stand for the clarinet. And my clarinet itself, which is a Selmer 10S, a 10 series 10S clarinet. This particular one was made by the serial number sometime between October of 1980 and June of 1981. I bought this used in the late 1980s. I have the mouthpiece, which is a Gigliotti personal facing mouthpiece, a Gigliotti ligature and cap. I keep a silk swab. And I always carry 4 reeds. I play on clarinet Leger European cut clarinet reeds. And I always keep it for clarinet and alto sax, 2 different strengths of reeds. These reeds are very consistent. My embouchure isn't. And some days I feel like a little softer or some days a little harder to reed. For clarinet, I keep 3.75 or 4.0 reeds usually. Now for the saxophone itself, in the bell of the sax, I keep a stand. I use a Koenig and Meyer Saxy stand. And the sax will nestle very snugly in like that. A removable accessories case. Grenadilla end plug, which I put down the bell when I'm playing. If you've played older horns, sometimes they get a little bit of a warble sound down in the bottom end, and that, for me, the end plug solves that. Some people use a wine cork. I have my donut mute that my teacher always made me play with and I got used to. Of course, the neck. The saxophone, by the way, is a Selmer Super Series radio improved gold plated from 1934. Of course, the mouthpiece, I use a Selmer Larry Teal mouthpiece with a Charles Bay, sorry, I'll put it where you can see it, Selmer Larry Teal mouthpiece with a Charles Bay gold-plated ligature. Leger signature cut reeds, either 3.5 or 3.75. I keep 2 of each in the case. And a neck strap. And that is what's in my saxophone case. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.